For the first time, I saw you dancing. The room was filled with your grace and your energy. You got a funky blow, and you know how to dance. Freedom is what you're looking for. You're an independent dancer. Ooh, you blow my mind. Sexy me, shake your booty. I'm running for you, hard club nights. They know the meaning. You blow my mind. You're the funkiest woman I ever saw. You're the independent dancer. Just wanna let you know you're so beautiful. Just wanna let you know you're so beautiful and funky, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. With a full glass of champagne, you smile always. You can dance the whole night, and I'll be with you. You're cruising, 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 cruising. You're rocking, 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 rocking. You're smiling, 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 smiling. You're drinking, 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 drinking.
Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, people from China and from all over the world. I'm Tesri and you are watching SkillzVault. Today we are entering the most important phase of the tournament, the finals. Chinese finals are finally today. So the players are playing for big money because there are thousands of dollars in the pot. But in addition to money, they can also make the dreams come true because they will play with the stars, together with the stars. They will shine bright like a diamond. So let's meet our first stars of today, and I will say hello everyone to all of you watching on our influencers streams. Hello everyone, today are the finals. So let's go with Sayan. Hello, I'm Tesri and you are watching SkillzVault. This interview is for us to get closer to our star. Today with me is Achin from China. Hi, hello, how are you today?
Hello，大家好，我是来自中国的阿青，我今天很开心能参加这个活动。
Perfect. We gonna have a little chat with you today. Are you ready?
OK，我准备好了。
Okay, so first of all, who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
我在本次的节目上担任的是主播明星来参加的这个活动，然后有机会的话也会参与这次活动的比赛吧。
Oh yeah, I hope so too. I will keep my fingers crossed for you to be in the finals. But for now, let's talk about the players. Who do you think are you going to play with?
参加这个活动，我希望的话，肯定要有我们中国的玩家参加，因为我比较支持我们中国的选手。
Okay, communication, shooting, finding a perfect weapon. What are you going to focus on during each game?
比赛的话，会注意圈形吧，还有圈刷的时间，还有肯定每个队友的武器这些物资都是要比较注意的。最重要的是，我觉得，队伍之间的合作和配合还是最重要的，其次才是看一些比赛中出现的情况。
Totally agree. Communication is the key point. But what is going to be your role in a team?
我和我朋友们就是队友一起玩游戏的时候，我一般担任的是突击手的位置，就是我是冲在最前面的，冲锋陷阵的那一种类型。
Okay, aggressive girl. I like it. I like it so much. Who do you think should participate in the event?
我觉得热爱游戏的玩家，对游戏有一定理解、一定技术的玩家都可以参加这个节目。首先，你肯定要热爱这个游戏，你才能投入这个游戏，投入这个比赛的这个过程。然后最重要的是享受这个比赛的过程。
Achin, according to you, what is SkillzVault?
我认为这次这个比赛是一场很大的一个比赛，因为是国际性的一个比赛。它最大的优点就是你不一定是职业选手，你才能参加这个比赛。如果你是一个热爱游戏的人，你都可以参与到这次活动，实现你的梦想，因为它毕竟是一个全球国际性的比赛，不只是就不一定你得非到是职业选手，你只要热爱这个游戏，热爱吃鸡，你都可以来参与。然后希望大家也认真关注一下我们这次比赛，然后看我们这次比赛的活动。
Oh yeah, you've heard that. Sign up right now, grab your phone and jump straight into the battle. I'm sure we will support you. And thank you. Make sure to check out our social media to be up to date with SkillzVault. Thank you. See ya. All right, so Cyan is here with us today, so we will see her playing PUBG Mobile or Peacekeeper Elite or Game for Peace, whatever you want. And the next star is Yu Jiankao. Hello, I'm Tesri and you are watching SkillzVault. This interview is for us to get closer to the stars. And today with me is Yu Chang-ho from China. Hello, man.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Fantastic. I'm fine too. So I will ask you short questions. Please answer as honestly as possible, okay?
Okay.
First of all, I would like to ask you, who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
我是作为明星主播被邀请过来的，我肯定是更想去当一名参赛者，去投入在游戏和比赛中，去切身感受那种经历。
Okay, glad to hear that, but let's talk about those players. So, who do you think are you going to play with during SkillzVault?
我喜欢那种饱含热血的青少年，包含着自己对游戏的热爱，一定要是那种敢拼敢搏的人去参加这种游戏，才会有更多的精彩的部分可以呈现给大家。
Passion. I like that. What are you going to focus on during each game, huh?
我肯定会注重的是，首先是对一个落地物资的一个抢夺问题，一个人手分配的问题，队友该救与不该救这些东西，肯定会去大局观的去思考这些方面。
What is going to be your role in a team?
我一般是作为一个狙击手去观察、去了解敌人的动向的一个角色。
Okay, so no hiding in the bush. I like that. But tell me, who do you think should participate in the event?
各种各样的嘛，这个游戏它是，可以是很多，它有各种自己想法的，就不管是他玩的厉害或者不厉害，都应该参加这个比赛，因为这个游戏就是一个娱乐性、竞技性比较友好的一个游戏。
According to you, what is SkillzVault?
这个比赛可以让很多抱有着自己的电竞梦想的人，可以更好的去踏入国际的一个电竞舞台。我真的希望大家可以勇于的去参加这个 SkillzVault 的比赛，希望大家可以在这里面取得很好的成绩，希望大家可以完成自己的梦想，去追逐自己的梦想，做一个拼搏的人。
Okay, you've heard that. Confidence in voice. Yeah, I think this is the time. Sign up right now. Grab your phone and jump straight into the battle. Thank you very much, Yu Chang-ho. Thank you very much, Yu Chang-ho, for this quick interview. Thank you very much. And information for you. Don't wait. Sign up in right now and check out our social media because we are publishing there some interesting photos, videos, and etc. So see you soon. Thank you. Alright, so you know the prize pool, you know who is our star today, Xian and Yu Chang-ho. But do you know what is going on with SkillzVault? How to play? Let's go, let's check it out. This video is for you. Hi there, SkillzVault is finally live. There's an opportunity to find new global esports stars who had not had a chance to show themselves so far or who are simply hiding their presence from the world. Now it is a chance for them to be on everyone's lips. If you are from China and your unfulfilled dream is to play alongside a star and become a professional esports player, there's only one way you can make it happen: SkillzVault. But how can you participate in it? It's very, very easy. You enter the specially prepared SkillzVault website, which you will find at the address skillvault.gg. Then you will find the sign up tab. There you will be able to see the option to sign up for one of the 4 qualifying tournaments. Thanks to that, you will join the stars who are waiting for you in the match stage of the tournament. And which stars we are talking about? Science68 is the first Chinese representative with whom you can form the best duo in your fight for the global SkillzVault champion. Yush6 is the second representative of China waiting for you. Remember to sign up as soon as possible. Okay, so remember that there are 4 qualifying rounds. So even if you can't sign up for the first one, we'll accept you on the second with open arms. So if you are ready to become the best, it is worth knowing how and what you will fight for. In each country, the tournament was divided into 3 stages. The first is the qualifying phase, the second is the match phase, and the third is the final. Together with the stars, you will take part in 2 of them, gaining both individual points and those that will add up to the global SkillzVault ranking. If you are the best in your country, a big share of the $6,000 prize pool in Bitcoin Vault awaits you. But that's not all. If your country turns out to be the best among all participants, you will receive a whopping $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault prize and the SkillzVault champion title, as well as eternal respect and a chance to be noticed by headhunters looking for players. If this sounds like an opportunity to you, don't waste it. Sign up now. And we are connected with our beloved casters, Professor Tarzan, known as Tarzan Boy. Hello, hello, my friend. And also Highland Wolf. Hello, guys.
Morning.
Hello.
How are you, the Testry?
Morning. So guys, today finals, Chinese finals. The most, I would say, competitive scene in our competitive region, in our SkillzVault. So, what can we see today? Let's start with Highland Wolf.
Oh man, what can we see today? Testry, we're about to see the best region I think we've got here in the SkillzVault, and I think it's going to be, quite frankly, the most hype finals we've had so far, and it's going to be the hardest finals so far that we've seen. We've seen all of these players, of course, individually, our skills, but now I want to have a look at them inside a duo. I want to see how they perform as a team, particularly in a team they're not comfortable with. They're not with their friends, of course, with influencers who are going to be working alongside them.
Alright, so let's go to Professor Tarzan, because I know you were checking like the nicknames of the players, and actually you are one of the guys who can actually read them correctly and translate. So I would like to hear it from you. Who is going to win today?
I don't know.
What do you
It's
think?
almost
What are
like a
your
blind
predictions?
guess.
Yes, it is, but you know, you've seen
Okay,
all
I'm gonna
of these
pick
players.
a blind guess. I think I'm just going to go with Tao Bai. Okay, I'm gonna go with one of the players called Tao Bai. No particular reason. I think it's just about the name. I like the name, and I will go with that.
Okay, Tao Bai for you, and for you, Highland Wolf, maybe a blue one.
I was thinking about Tao Bai actually. I think, bro, I can't quite remember her name because I don't speak Mandarin. But the third week, I go back to that third week, and I think that was a dominant 2 chicken dinner win from them. So now I'm coming into today, and I'm thinking, can we repeat that? Can we see that success?
All right. So probably it was no sauce or something like this. So yeah, he is here with us today. He's ready to play. And talking about the influencers, talking about the stars.
Yep.
Who will be better, Cyan or Eugene Cao?
God, this is hard, right? I feel like Yu Chenghao's more used to the platform. I've seen maybe the side of Xian playing a little bit more on multiple platforms, maybe the PC version as well. But to be fair, like let's be honest here, boys. I think it's about the players, whether they can hold their horses in front of the lady. That will be the. I mean, we've got one of the guys literally called the rich and handsome one. Like when you try to boast like that, I don't know how you actually behave in front of ladies. You know, sometimes we would like to, claim a lot of stuff, and like if he's the type who acts like he is the rich and handsome one, but he has no confidence playing with a lady, is GG, boys. Like we talk about these other factors. Is these other factors we're looking at as well?
It would be a bit yikes, right, as well. Like if Xian played better than him. Could you imagine?
It makes him play worse. I'm so
carrying.
embarrassed. Can't play no more. She's
But
carrying.
if somebody is called rich and handsome, I think he will focus today on richness, yeah? And I'm sure he wants that money because for the win it's like $2,500, so he will focus on that, and later on maybe he'll write some direct messages to say, I don't know, maybe he will. So guys, we are about to start the first game of today, the finals of China. We were waiting for it so long. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go to the first game, China finals.
Oh man, Tarzan, we're here, of course, for what is our second last finals, and I think what could, as we said, be the most hyped finals heading into the entirety of this tournament. I am purely so excited for this, so energized for this series of games, because yes, we got Xian, we got Yu Zhenghao, but also I think all four of these individuals coming alongside them, massive expectations from what they put in on their solo games.
That's a skill level that we've seen from the China region, and to be fair, I didn't expect anything less. And but right now, it's not just about them, right? It's the rest of the region. I'm talking about the server, because it's going to be a little bit different, guys. We have two series right here. We've got Series 1, of course. We've got the two influencers. They will both play with all the four players. But we will have 4 rounds in Series 1 where 2 games happen at the same time. So we will have, influencers playing games back to back when we have those 4 players trying to find their slot in, to playing with the 2 influencers, and that will be Series 1. But of course, we will have that winner and loser bracket after the first one. To be fair, 2 games is like what they did, for qualifiers, other than the fact that, they had to fight against each other. This time around is against the rest of the server in the duo mode game. So, it's like, I like it, Wolf, because I think it's like playing the game in the old days. It's like how every star's made. You have to practice a lot in classic matches, so they do have that. So the sum of those power factor that, from placement points, from your kill points, will divide you into the best 2, so winner's bracket or the loser's bracket, then will bring us into the last 2 games of the finals, which is Series 2. And we start from 0. From there, of course, we have the so-called winner of the influencer playing with the top 2, and then we have the so-called less fortunate, I would say, influencer for today playing with the bottom 2.
I mean, to be fair though, either way, whether you're playing in the bottom or you're playing on the top, coming into those final 2 games after, of course, our first 4 qualifying matches, is all down to now who can really prove themselves inside of those lobbies. Because the lobbies themselves, yes, it may be you're better than these other 2 players, but you're in amongst, 90 to 100 odd unpredictable skill level worth of players. And that's what I think is so interesting. Yes, I think we have this expectation of coming in to the PMPL-esque level of the qualifiers, but now coming into these finals, yes, we might get something like that. We might get something easier, or we might even get something absolutely even harder than what we saw. And I dread to think if we could even muster something like that.
It's going to be quite hard because, honestly, even for myself, I haven't played on the Chinese version. I've only played on the global one. And I've heard there are certain changes for sure. We could see maybe the circles are a little bit different and a little bit more merciful, I would say. So they test you in a different way, to be fair. Like aim assist, people say they don't have it, but it's fine. Like in pro play, they're trying to eliminate that as well. So it's going to be something we start to have, more unified type of a meta coming through. So this is going to be quite a pleasure to watch. But Island Wolf, I'm going to bring this up. I still feel like it's about synergy. It's still about that extra bit of oomph in the point system for this finals, which is the fact that the points for the influencers and the player are going to be calculated separately, I should say. So you can practically steal each other's skills, which we've seen in the past where we've got a very good influencer. It's not helping the player. But you know what? I can't
7 to
argue.
8
They
kills.
Hey, but the thing is, they played it. They help each other get those kills. I think that is where
True.
we kind of set the baseline, right? Like we're not also like money hungry or anything. We want to see good PUBG, and sometimes yes, we do have a little bit of a point system, but after all, it's about synergy. Because if you can't do it, you can see sometimes if you play a little bit split, as if you're playing for yourself, you lose your life, and then you just make the other person, constantly 1v2. It's not going to be easy either.
True. And also when you're coming forward into those synergy, I think it's something interesting because what we saw was actually those surprise factors, and we mentioned it. You have that unpredictability, of course, of the games themselves. And we've seen players drop fairly actually early on when it comes to some of these matches, especially in what was the Vietnam finals just a week ago or whatnot. So actually now coming in to these finals in particular, what you're actually looking at is, yes, you have to work on the synergy, but you also have to make sure survivability is there. Something that we also overlook is, yes, you can lose out on kills. Yes, that is going to be dramatic when it comes to your points, but it's all about coming forward into those placement points, and that's what I'm really looking forward to going into the future of this. We do have also a little bit of an update. We're waiting on the game just now, but we're going to head through to a short commercial break when we will see you guys on the other side as we prepare for our first match at the Chinese finals.
Cryptocurrencies, it's like a virtual money. You can store it, you can spend it, transfer it, you can store it for short term or long term, like an investment. But overall speaking, it's like a virtual money. You can use it to buy things either online or offline. The only difference is that cryptocurrencies are quite new compared to fiat money. Virtual cryptocurrency wallets allow users to store crypto, to store different kind of coins or tokens in like a virtual wallet. It's the same as your traditional wallet. You can have euro, dollars, Korean wons, whatever. In a crypto wallet, you have the same, but you store cryptocurrencies online or offline in your virtual wallet.
欢迎大家观看我们 SkillzVault 的决赛。
It is possible to change crypto into fiat money, into traditional money. It is possible through an exchange, a crypto exchange, which accepts both crypto assets and fiat money. Like, for example, you can change from Bitcoin Vault to Korean won or Japanese yen. It's possible. You just need to have an account on a crypto exchange. mining of cryptocurrencies, it's a big topic. There are crypto that you can mine, or there are cryptos that you can stake to earn more crypto. So, for example, Bitcoin or Bitcoin Vault are cryptocurrencies that allows mining. So you can connect your device, like your computer, and your computational power can be used to mine cryptocurrencies. Right now, it's quite difficult to mine bigger cryptos, like Bitcoin, for example. You need a lot of computational power to be able to mine even one Bitcoin. With Bitcoin Vault, it's much easier.
大家期待我们 SkillzVault 的决赛吧！
Bitcoin Vault is the only cryptocurrency on the market that allows reversible transactions. It is possible through a unique set of private and public keys. We use those to allow users to perform different kind of transactions. So, for example, if you are sending crypto from one address to another, you are using a combination of one of the three keys. If you change your mind in the process and you want to cancel and reverse this transaction, you are using a different private key. So our free key security structure is a concept of managing three private keys that are a common tool in crypto, where you can use different keys to perform different kind of transactions, and at the end you can either reverse it or speed it up.
欢迎大家观看我们 SkillzVault 的决赛。
Price of cryptocurrencies are determined by the market, by the game between supply and demand. It's the same story with forex markets or stocks markets or commodities. If supply is bigger than demand, then price drops. If the demand is bigger than supply, price increases. Bitcoin Vault is very similar to the king of crypto, Bitcoin, but the main difference is that it is possible to reverse a transaction with our cryptocurrency. With Bitcoin Vault, if you make a mistake, if you change your mind, you can always reverse your transaction. You have 24 hours for that. It's a limited time opportunity.
欢迎大家收看我们 SkillzVault 的节目。
Hello BTCV enthusiasts! In this video you will find instructions on how to receive or deposit BTCV, as well as how to make secure, fast, secure and cancel transactions. Before we start, make sure you already created a 3-key Vault wallet on your Gold Wallet app. You will also need your fast transaction key and cancel transaction key to make transactions. How to receive or deposit BTCV. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select the wallet to which you want to deposit or receive BTCV. Tap Receive. Tap Share Wallet Address to share your wallet address or the QR code with the person who is going to send you BTCV. You can also indicate the amount of BTCV you would like to receive. That's it! How to make a secure, fast transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to send BTCV. Tap Send. Enter the amount of BTCV you want to send. Enter the wallet address of the person you want to send it to. You can also tap the QR code icon to scan the QR code of the wallet. You can also add an optional note. Select Secure Fast Transaction from the list. Tap Next. Open the Fast Transaction Key PDF on your second device. Tap Scan on the Gold Wallet mobile app. Scan the private key QR code from the PDF. Check the details and tap Send Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now complete. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. How to make a secure transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to send BTCV. Tap Send. Enter the amount of BTCV you want to send. Enter the wallet address of the person you want to send it to. You can also tap the QR code icon to scan the QR code of the wallet. You can also add an optional note. Select Secure Transaction from the list. Tap Next. Check the details and tap Send Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now complete. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. How to cancel a transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to cancel the transaction. Tap Cancel. Select the transaction you want to cancel and tap Next. Set a transaction fee. Enter the address of the wallet where you want to send your funds. You can also tap Use address of this wallet to revert the funds to the current wallet. You can also add an optional note. Tap Next. Open the Cancel Transaction Key PDF on your second device and type in the seed phrase to the mobile device. You can also scan the private key QR code. Now open the Fast Transaction Key PDF on your second device and type in the seed phrase to the mobile device. You can also scan the private key QR code. Check the details and tap Cancel Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now cancelled. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. Thank you for watching. A huge amount of time spent on developing a new security standard in crypto has paid off. In November 2020, the Bitcoin Vault 3-key security solution was launched on mainnet. Therefore, Bitcoin Vault has delivered on its promise to become a cryptocurrency allowing reversible transactions. It is time to move forward. In the coming years, the team behind Bitcoin Vault will focus on 6 work streams. Number 1. Development. Our main goal here will be to become a part of a decentralized application ecosystem revolving around Ethereum 2.0. That's why we want to create a wrapped version of Bitcoin Vault by the end of 2021. Number 2. Security. We have our own team of blockchain security experts who audit the code on a regular basis. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's why we stay ahead of dangers and potential loopholes or bugs in the system. We will work with external partners to apply any fixes necessary, perform penetration tests, and at some point work with community and white hats on blockchain security. Number 3. User experience. Bitcoin Vault apps will continue to improve. In the coming years, we will focus on collecting user feedback and applying it to redesign our products to make them user-friendly, convenient, and fresh. Number 4. Products. Along with IT development, we are strongly focusing on market adoption with new products in the pipeline. In 2021, we want to launch staking products with our partner support and connect the Bitcoin Vault ecosystem to fiat currencies. Number 5. Marketing. Awareness. This will be our marketing and communication focus for the next few years. Despite years of rapid development, only a small percentage of people around the world use crypto. It's time for a change. And last but not least, number 6. Quantum computing. The final workstream is more long-term. We are looking at quantum computing concepts with a lot of expectations. What would that
Welcome everyone back. It's been a little bit of a break, but we are here, game for peace. We're landing down on a wrangle for first match Tarzan at the Chinese finals. We are here and we are ready. And it looks to me like we might have Xian on the first game for us.
That is, you know what? It's actually Yu Chenghao. Oh my god! It's going to be painful.
Yikes! I've been debated. This is why.
Number 1 is the
I
influencer.
can't do names.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
But Yu Chenhao's also disconnected. So they want to go for Saverni. So a little bit of heart. Look at the skin from the side of
I
Xinliang.
know, right? I was just going to mention it.
Xinliang's going down
sick.
solo. That is sick. It's not the first time. Okay, we've seen something like that. To be fair, we can catch up, right? Like, and when it comes to global version, we do have McLaren. We've seen a car diving down as well, so can't complain with that. But for sure, not alone in Saverni, as we see some parachutes coming through as well. A little bit late with that one, but the influencer needs to flow back in, and you can see, of course, let's have Xinliang. Like, nothing new, right? Like punching as he lands to ground as the basic, maneuver in this game to really reduce, completely cut out the animation of rolling on the ground. You have that thing, right? Like, when you land the ground, you will roll, then you stand up. Do you know if you punch as you land, you don't have to roll, so you can get on quicker. So these small things, as we see as well, like nothing new here as he lands with the Uzi, with the early aggression.
Already looking for his kills. Will almost find a spray, but we get round a corner just in time. Tarzan and Orc is there, and it does look like it could be the kill potentially coming through. We research back round the edge of the building and found it, but it's a two-piece again. Slam, but no problemo. It's a 2-for-1 trade coming already out. That's already going to be a statement coming through with the 60 points starting off. And of course, Now you're looking towards, can they keep this momentum up though? Can they, with this Uzi, with this early game? Yes, they can. There's a strike number 3 down.
Well, Xingliang is not going to take this slow. Like, he's just, keep fragging. We talk about this. We talk about the server being very packed with good players, but also just a variety of styles as well. You come in, you start from Severny, I like it. We talk about maybe sweeping and slowly get their way in. 3 kills already for this buddy. And then we have the side of Yu Chunghao haven't finding a kill, but the thing is, it's a little bit more forgiving for the influencer, right? Because, yeah, you have 4 chances. And right here, I love seeing these face cam, man. Like, you can see whether they're trying to speak with the players, and sometimes they don't. I don't like it, but I will accept it, right? Maybe it is. Sometimes it's about, you know what? I feel like what he did was exiting the game for a bit of a reset, coming back in, because that's sometimes what you do with the mic glitch, right? So that could be what he tried to do. Maybe it didn't work. That's why they aren't speaking. But Xingliang with 4 kills already.
Man, you can see where he is fired up, and I tell you what is the reason why he is fired up, Tarzan, and what's giving him this immense power is a guitar in the background. It's like telekinesis, Tarzan.
What?
They've both got you and him. They've both got a guitar. Guitar power, man. Guitar power.
Wow. Okay. I mean, yes, sure. Why not? I would look out for VODs. Of course, it's not going to be on. Most likely not on YouTube. It's on some other Chinese social media platforms, and they're great platforms. I try to search. I feel like he must have sung on stream before, so I will just believe that. You know what? We missed out on the kill by the side of Yu Chunghao, and it's sad. I feel like he came in, to show his skills, and his first one, we bloody missed it. But it's just so hard to, leave your... keep the eyes off the side of Xingliang. Yes, keep your eyes off someone. Yeah, it's almost a song, right? Like, I forgot about that phrase. I can't keep my eyes off you, right? Like that's the term. And
yes,
there's a song like that. Was it Damien Rice? I think there's something like that. The Blower's Daughter?
Oh,
something like
don't
that.
get me started. We've still got 6 games to go, man. We're going to be
That's why you
singing
sing now.
Kumbaya by the end of it. If we start now. We're gonna be dancing around in circles is what we're gonna be doing after 6 games of this madness. Tell you something though, also when it comes to Severny, obviously inside of the zone, you're looking towards now all sort of rotations in this early game. They're starting to finish off through SkillzVault, the first game here in Severny, and you're looking to where can they go now. You're also actually looking at where your screens is what Xian and their own influencer are going through on apartments. There will be 4 kills already striking down as the influencer Xian is slapping everyone right now.
God, I feel should I do it to you? Yeah, influencers number 2.
No,
but
the gender is right. I didn't get debated by the icons.
Yes. You have, but they are both using a female character. Can't you be handsome and rich and a woman? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Of course you can.
Yes, you can.
Right.
Brilliant.
Empowerment.
And empowerment. And this is a time when we start using they instead of him and her. And you don't know, but the rich and handsome one right now, number 1 on this side in the apartments right now, and trying to get the 5th kill. As they don't seem to slow down. That's all. Xian is like good name. I quite like it, but in China it's actually pronounced Qing. So we go with Xian because we don't want to. Qing. It's a color actually. Like it's almost like Qing.
That's true.
It's like don't know. It's like this neon green. That is Qing.
That's true. I like
anyway.
that.
Yeah,
that is a bit of a color. I also like red.
Cyan,
I like red.
Oh yeah,
very
colorful.
Tarzan. And That's the color I want to see coming out of these dead players right now. They're picking up right through here. Another 2-piece.
Oh, no.
My days. 5 kills.
No,
Tarzan for the player already. But look, Shannon's down. And now you've got one roaming around the outside, and it's down to this solo player to try come back, try to save themselves and their teammate, because playing it as a solo just feels so darn hard. They've got themselves in a corner, they've got themselves revived. And I like these small things as well. When you're looking towards the positioning, even the revives, the way in which they are positioning, right? Looking straight down the corridor, trying to catch these players if they try to move forward.
Oh, for sure. Like for a second, I was a little bit scared there for the side of Xian, because I was thinking whether she's in that cover, right? But yes, the fact is she is, and man, and I think this is the difference. Right? Look at these players; they are so good. And playing against each other in those lobbies of 60 that we got, in the qualification. Of course, they're going to smash even harder in these matches. And look at, okay, that's a beautiful skin. Like, have you seen it before? I've seen it. This pink M416. it's so flashy, but it's so okay. Yeah, I need to download that game. I'll be right back.
I'll see you in game number 2, Tarzan, in the lobby. You attempt to smurf over one of the influencers. I would be scared for you, man. I'm not gonna lie. Their skill level is way higher than still we would have expected. I mean, 6 kills for one, 4 for the other already, who probably has already even more. Xiangling moving through this rest of their first game from Severny. I think that we're in for not only when it comes to survival time, but particularly when it comes around the kills. How many kill points are we going to see coming through from these 4 players throughout our 4 games, but each of them going to play 2 of each? Because that is going to be, I think, clearly the determinant factor of who comes in and who doesn't go through into those 2 places in the final.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I like this. I like the faith that the side of Yu Chunghao puts into the side of Xingliang. I'll trust you when you drive. And this is also some pretty... this music is a good merge between the traditional Chinese tune, but they're adding some more modern beats to it. So interesting one. Not my cup of tea, but can't argue with that.
Wouldn't hear you listening to that on a Sunday morning? Cup of tea in hand?
I'll never pick. I forgot the last time that I heard something like this. Maybe when I travel, somewhere in there. But yeah, back to these South Georgian spiders. This edge style, man, but with the early AUG that he got somewhere, the crate weapon, so they are pretty stacked, to say the least.
I actually really think coming through from these 2 games, now you're moving through on this one in towards the South Crates, and you're moving through on the other in towards apartments. The way in which these players are playing, right? They are playing extremely aggressive, quite frankly, in terms of the compounds they are trying to situate themselves in terms of location that they are trying to situate themselves in. And I think you're moving through one main part of a angle to the next, and you're trying to pick up these kills. You can almost feel in the way that they are playing, is they're playing efficient, yes, but efficient to try and get those points.
And I like it. It's very, very confident the way that they play. And I think that's the thing. That line between aggression and disrespectful play. And someone quote me on that. I will not stop saying it, because we've seen before, right? For influencers or players, we've seen in the past where they just gone too flashy in terms of the plays that they're trying to achieve and just get punished. We've got some of these rounds, I remember very vividly, especially for the Japan region, these Series 1 games, both sides just died at 70 something or 80, or even the first one to go down. We've seen it before, hot drops, the coin flip, and all stuff like that. So
saw it in Vietnam, right? In the first game.
Oh, Tien Zombie didn't have a good time. He didn't have a good time. He didn't have a good day. I do hope that he has a good life.
I feel for him. I feel for him.
That goes really, really far, right? It's just go from day. How about the weekend, a month, and a year? Just go. I hope you have a good life after having a bad day. But it's true. I mean, he looks well pissed that day, and so yeah, they're still trying to bait someone to, I don't know, around the spiders, I think, and they hurt something.
Is there anyone left?
And so,
We might have just killed everyone off. That's the problem, Tarzan.
I feel like they still got some of these audio keys. That's why they're still fishing. But that's the thing, though. Like, we've got the Nyx face popping up, and there could be other ways to play this. Other forms to get some points, I'd say, but they don't want to let this one go. I think one thing would be if there's someone cheeky and sneaky around the self-dodgeable crates, you kind of want to clear them out because your escape paths could be a little bit scary. You get what I mean? You move east, then they can just peek out from certain crates and get some elevation and try to spray you down. So yeah, I do believe that this could be a good plan, but not just right in here. Ooh, as you can hear some shots, maybe coming through from North Georgia, but that's well far.
I know, you can see it. I think they spotted it with the car, right? There was the orange vehicle in between the buildings, left in the open. You saw it, something was up, and then the shot comes through. You confirm that there is a player. And I think it's actually brilliant awareness to look at those locations and where they might be hiding and look at the most obvious points and actually be able to spy out the solo player who is trying to shoot you down from so far, right? Now you're moving forward. How do you position as this duo? Because yes, you're in a car and you can get shot down. Situations like these where you do slow down, you get caught on the edge of the fence. Yes, you don't get punished for it, but you really have to be careful because there are situations, and we've seen that in the past, where you can get punished in moments like this, right, where you are stagnant and you can see the spray coming from the other side, but can you find the shots around the airdrop? No, you cannot. Because finally, yes, one does fall. It is going to go through to the through to the player once more. Tarzan, you have to keep moving because you're not able to really cross that river. You're not able to get to the airdrop. So are you going to move further forward? Are you going to go in for these rest of these kills?
Well, we've got an answer right. Like, they looked that way because there's a flare gun. Someone shot the flare gun and tried to be in the open, as we see Yu Chenghao got the knock, but then is Xinglan going for the flank. So it could be a good pinch as we see smokes deployed. Not the best smoke path. Good indication of potentially room for improvement when it comes to skills. I used to practice these, like when it comes to, creating smoke paths. But here comes the good flank, to be fair, like quick decision making, and 5th kill going over to Xinglan.
Yeah, confirm another kill coming through to Xinglan, and now you're looking again. Where do you go from the zone, though? Because they are 1,100 meters out, Tarzan. And yes, you're getting more kills. Yes, you're spraying them down inside of the edge and trying to pincer them in an uncomfortable situation. Should be able to confirm through number 6. If not, is going to be Yu Chenghao it takes it. Tarzan, they go for the extra kills, but there's a 2-man inside the crate drop. No problem, though, as they do slice them down, right? There is another one still inside there. They will confirm that final knock, but it's inside the smoke. We don't have the vision of it. There they are, sprayed down, but not in time. It's still barely alive inside the zone. They confirm their 7th kill. Xiangling is popping off, but they need to get inside of that zone. It's going to continue to move away from them. And my concern now is if you're looking towards the first player in Xinjiang, how do you come up with informed decisions coming into that mid-game?
It's hard to say. I mean, like, you can see Xinglan almost making decisions that can make him pay the price. I mean, like, first off, they were quite split with that, cross. Of course, the side of Yu Chenghao to come back, to join up the forces, and could be pretty rough, but they made it work, right? But those mechanics are really on point, as we have on this side. The rich and handsome one has the name, as he has 8 kills right now. What a beast. And they have not left this area, like from power positions to the other, and from hot drop to a power position, I should say. Like J Compound, one of my favorites, a little bit scary to hold when you get pushed from multiple sides, but I think it's going to be a little bit better since it's duo mode. But some of these as well, we talk about magnets, baiting yourself into a situation. Is this going to be the bit of loot that you want? I'm not quite sure. I mean, you can smoke it up, maybe put another one maybe closer to it, then use a car. As you can see, those are the attempts coming through to spray down the smokes. That is going to be across from the northwestern side, and wow, what a cool car. Okay, cool car, cool skin, you get cool kills. What else do you want? I know you're rich and handsome. Okay, I get it. So got confidence as well. Wow, yeah. I like this player, I have to say.
You're fanboying over him, Tarzan. I guess.
Oh, not
but
yet, come
to be
on.
fair, I would fanboy over someone with cool skins like that, but not some cool skills like that at 9th kill for them. Already, Tarzan, we underestimated it. Well, I underestimated, excuse me, I think, when I talked about kills being important coming into those top 2 positions, because they are going to be extremely important if we see every game like this. Particularly if you have a bad game, losing out not only in the placement points, but I think the kills is going to set you doubly far behind compared to what I think other regions would have.
Now, I think this is the thing. With the level of the players that we got, who were a better representation of skill because they've gone through harder lobbies, right, to qualify. So they are like just really, really good. But so I'm not surprised for them to get around like double digits like at this stage of the game. I think the key, look at those peek and shoot, man. Oh, it's so good. And you know what? I'm gonna pause on that little bit of hype, but it's not just that. Let me finish my point. The end game. I feel like the people that they face in this end game would be even sweatier than the other regions, right? And we know
That's true.
right now, yes, you've got 10 kills, but if you fall out now, your placement points are going to go down so much, it's barely anything, and that is going to hurt them so much. So to transition into a more safe, or should I say the smart aggression, right, that we want to see, that would be extremely important.
Right, you're talking about what, 130-ish points, maybe now 150. We're down to 15 players compared to what could be 400 points in that first position. So it's a huge jump, as you say, when you move down even just a few places. And that's equivalent to what? When you talk about 150 points, still going to be at least 5 kills worth of difference, and that also then comes into the aggression. How aggressive were you playing in that early stage? Could you muster those 10 kills? Because I think that we're not going to see every game potentially be like this. We're going to see games where there could be situations where they are lower down on kills. Yes, maybe only 4 or 5 kills compared to the 10, 11 that we're looking at now.
Yeah, and what's the record again? Because I know it's
21,
no longer...
I think it was, right?
Wait, okay, so I'm going to ask production, right? Because I feel like the record was set for Vietnam region when we had a quite a good amount of kills. And was it 20 kills? Was it that much?
It was 21 for the influencer, but not for the player.
Right, there we go.
That is like prime point stealing potential right there.
Yeah, like I remember now. God, like Quan Kun killed everyone.
Yeah, Quan Kun he was nutty, man. He was nutty.
Yeah, like I mean, that's the
kill
thing,
moment.
right? We are looking at, comparing between regions, and we need the players to shine as well. I mean, like, of course, right now we've seen very flashy influencer from that region, and right now, maybe China's topping the charts. I mean, they for sure will be better than Korea and the side of Japan if they can win a chicken dinner with this 10 kills. And but you know what? It's too soon to say, man. A Series 1, like those records are set in Series 2, so these players need to play the second game as well, and then we start from zero in those grand finals.
Still, as we continue, though, Tarzan, that zone edging his way further forward. We have come back to, of course, Yan Ling, who, playing with, of course, none other New Jung Hao, who strikes down his 9th kill of the game. We are looking at what could be another 10-9 kill difference between these two players. And a statement, I think, when you look again towards moving into this final moment of what could be our first game here, Tarzan, for each of these players, you are making, yes, a bold assumption when you are taking down 12, 13 kills, you're taking down 25% of the lobby. But when you come to these final shots, when you come to these final points, the noise levels in which you are playing, how noisy you are as a player and driving around like this in the final moments, I also think is fairly risky. Because yes, you mentioned it right yourself. You're coming in to the final series of 10 players. They're all going to be nearly, if not good or better than you. And now they will abuse that. They will abuse those sound cues against you.
Yeah, I mean, like right now as well, in the area that experienced players really know how to hold down, like some of these strong dips as well. Like, I mean, okay. Well, seems to be an easy one, that. So 10 kills as well. So we're tied on both sides, like other than placement points. But yes, you're absolutely correct. Like, it's going to be a little bit hard, like going through those parts of the map. And I love it. Like both games, we are basically on time, basically in sync as well as we enter maybe what seems to be phase like 5 right now. Like, see, phase 4 maybe. I'm looking at the circle because I know that is around 1.4 meters diameter for phase 3. Okay, no, I'm dumb. This is a different version, man. Like, this Chinese version is different, so I don't know what phase it is, but they are for sure doing quite well. Only 6 other players for them to kill, and yeah, it's going to be a very seemingly very good first round for both influencers as well as the first 2 players.
I'm just going to say as well, Tarzan, that we usually go towards that phase 9 point when it came to the spectating of those solo games. It always comes down, and it's this very Chinese region-esque to the fact that the zone is the thing that decides who wins. Because the positioning is so good between the players coming into those final few seconds that the work has to be done by the game itself to force them into these uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's some change that I want to see on the global version, to be fair. And right now, a little bit of a challenge. We're waiting for some juicy headshots with the AWM. I mean, man, like, if you hit that, not only do you get a knock, you basically damage the helmet. So when we talk about compounds like that, yes, like hopefully it's not looted earlier, but otherwise there's no reserve helmet for whoever overpeaks, and that is going to be another challenge, just missing that. As you can see, the other player very cheeky with the strafe and the spray as well, and those really good peaks and good repositioning, and ooh, that is also maybe just a bait. So you look at these other players, they aren't shabby either. That was a very good one, you know, run to bait a little bit more so the teammate can land some shots. What a juicy.
Right, exactly. And yeah, you saw it coming through initially, was what you saw in the player jumping on the opposite end towards the roof, trying to catch them in mid-jump animation, where they can't dodge out these shots. But again, it's that initial shot landing that missed, that now you run into a situation of difficulty because you are on the edge of zone in your positioning. The zone, yes, is a minute 30 away, but it's not really with you. It's actually with the other players. So they have a much better opportunity when it comes to the future of this game than actually you would look at Chan and also the Rich and Handsome one have.
Yeah, I feel like this is risky, right? Of course, they're not too far from the circle, but this constant challenge, right, like with this type of peak means that your helmet gets chipped off. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard. I mean, in duo mode, there's one thing for sure that I see as almost the rule of thumb. The rule of thumb. Like, if you get a knock, you push. Like, because it's always just last guy. It's 2v1 if you just get a knock, and this distance is still very lethal, unless the side of CN and the side of the Rich and the Handsome one, that's the name once again, take out some time of the enemy. Otherwise, it can be a little bit tricky.
Still on a stalemate though between this second game of our first game in total. It gets a little bit confusing for me, Tarzan. Okay, numbers. We're in the second game, second version of the first match. It's a lot for me, okay? It's a lot for me. It's quite early in the morning. We were casting last night. You know, I was up. I had to watch the semi-finals of the World Championship last night too. So, man, bad life decisions. Bad life decisions.
Okay, like, I mean, I believe in you. Like, you can do this. I don't mean I believe in your life.
It's hard to count two, okay?
I know you can do this. Jesus. I mean, do you hear what I said earlier? I said tricky. I had a Manchester accent for no bloody reason. Like, for one word.
Wow.
So
you're losing.
yeah,
you're losing. Your tongue is. What's that phrase of the peeling of the tongue, right? Unfortunately, it's going to be a knock though, and a rebound is come through as Shan is down once more. The Rich Hansen one, he's more focused on these kills, albeit the zone moving further in. That's going to be a shift against him. Thankfully, it does go towards him more than it does those other players on the opposite side. So it's going to be slightly easier with a rotation. But saying that, they still have to get across this wall. And that's the most problematic point of this push coming into zone. How do you get into the open when you know the opposite side of you, there is players looking at you? And is this possibly the same two players, Tarzan? This is the same zone. I think we're in the same game.
Oh god. Is that
I think we're in the same game, Tarzan.
Are they actually in the same lobby? That would be sick.
This is the same zone. This is the same place. We're 8 players remaining too.
Oh god.
Yes.
Wow, well that okay, that is wow. It is.
That's why it was so good.
Oh god.
That's why it was
way.
so good debate, Tarzan. That's why it was so pro, because it was the other influencer. It was Xian Ling as well. We're on the opposite end. I cannot believe in the first game already we're having them face up against each other. This is a firefight that I wanted to see.
Yeah, maybe it's something in the Chinese version that we don't know, but like, if it's just like the global one when it comes to like matchmaking, this is, you know, very, very rare. Like, it's so hard to run into each other, and we had it before. That is our bit of fortune, but right now is going to be quite hard. So place your bets right now. I'm going to choose for the handsome and the rich one. So the rich and handsome one should be the name, but it's this bit of maneuver that is very, very good from this side. I'm not sure about the landscape. It's still quite hard. Like for the next one, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you're on edge now. That means it's likely that you have to move, as we see the side of Xinjiang actually getting pushed. Okay, is the other side, is the side pressure from the third party.
That is huge coming through for the Rich and Handsome on 12 kills right now. They execute their formidable player against them. And now it's Xiang Ling is no longer there. This should be prime pickings for the game. They take down another knock. They're on fire from taking down one influencer to taking down the first game. Almost they've got the tank in hand. I wanted to see the tank and it's there.
This is the thing as well. Just down to a 2v2, I believe. And there's going, I mean, they're so good. I feel like the side of Xiang might not have done as much as we want, but just because the rich and handsome one is just doing so much work, and they've got a spot in here as well. The problem is, it's going to be a little bit tricky. It's behind that one tank. It's going to be hard to move. Okay, no, they made it work. That's it. Wow, 1 nade and 1 AK. Woo!
It is. That was a brilliant finish.
That's
So
a
quick
very, very
finish.
good one.
Surprising, right? But to be fair, when you're coming in with so many kills, you're taking down your opponents directly inside of the competition. That's huge. And I think actually something I didn't even touch on with all of this kill potential, all of this kill pressure inside these lobbies, is I didn't actually anticipate when you coming into the same lobby how efficient you can be with those kills as well. Because when you're taking players away, you're taking them from the opposite player to the opposite player against you. And that's something that is also very viable when it comes to taking into account, because the fact that these players are queuing up right at the same time for these games.
Yeah, like, we didn't always get that, you know, sometimes on the admin side, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but we're very, very glad that we had that sort of first game. Yeah, like, not only do they both do well in their own respects on their own side of the map, but they ran into each other, and that was a great first game. I can't ask for more, to be fair. Like, well done to the team. I'm proud of the SkillzVault team.
I'm proud of the region too, though, to be fair to us. And I think it's a fantastic first game to bring as a chicken dinner. I was worried, were we going to see a chicken dinner, though, inside this region because of how hard we kind of painted a picture of these lobbies being? I think, yes, it was certainly difficult coming into those final moments, but you could see that there were just those better decisions, those better immediate macro decisions coming in towards those final moments. I think was why actually the Rich and Handsome one they were able to make that push work, because right as you made that long rotation, the knock was enough, the wide rotation force was enough onto Xiang Ling and also Yong Cheng Hao's, but actually Cyan and also then the rich and handsome one were able to move through what was actually them being pinned by the opposite opponent and moving into the open, and that space was what they needed to obviously take into the center of the circle, take into the center of that game, take their victory.
Now, I feel like I've got one impression though. Of course, the micros and the game skills are definitely there, like the gun skills, I should say. The macro, I feel like they're pushing it a little bit. There's a better way to use the landscape, arguably, and to make it even safer, we talk about certain spots that you can play. Maybe you need to have that two-step forward thinking when you are playing so loud, and you didn't have a spot in the zone, and you didn't have a car ready. Like the rich and handsome one and the sort of CN could get punished even harder, to be fair, from the position. And like you could see, it almost cost them the game, but they came back okay. True. And so these are the thing. I still feel like the very, very huge macro ideas and the basics could, I wouldn't say lacking, it's just comparatively slightly worse compared to the other skill sets of these players.
I think that although, yes, it is slightly lacking, you cannot disregard how well they played when it came to the aggression, when it came to them pushing for those victories in particular, in terms of those kills, moving around, as you saw from Severny from 1 into that South Crate Yard, into North Georgia Pole, and being able to pick up everyone in those major compounds. And then as that zone shifted, you saw on the opposite side, of course, Yan and also the rich and handsome one taking around apartment school area in the center of the zone, looking probably around that Roshawk side, picking up those kills there too.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually traded some shots earlier. So, but man, it was a juicy one, and we have to bring this one back to see what he thinks.
Oh my god, guys, I'm impressed by those games, yeah, because we were talking that it is really competitive region, and okay, so it will be hard to get a chicken dinner, to get a win, to get some kills, because if everyone are skilled players, you know, the skill level is close to compare, so it will be very hard. But I'm impressed, I'm amazed by our players and our stars, and I cannot wait for the next game, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I was watching this and I was saying, oh my god. But actually, I thought that Cyan will be not so good, but she's perfect. Actually, so many kills, so many eliminations.
It's like people looking at my newborn baby goes like, she's perfect. Like that's literally how it sounds like. But she got the final blow. Like she finished the game with that suppressed AKM. Like one of my weird favorites when it comes to suppressed gun sounds, and can't blame that. But they've got a few more games to go test tree. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't want to feel disappointed, but for sure, like right now we have a very high bar set already, and I really like that.
Yeah, and the next game is in like 3 or 4 minutes, so we'll go to the provocation video. And Highland Wolf, in type of provocation video, when you need to be, when you need to be tough, you need to be provocative. Yes. What would you say to your opponent? Like one sentence.
That's a tough one. Probably. Get ready to be boots on the nose by the dog himself. That's what I would say.
All right, thank you. And let's see what said our stars. Let's go with provocation videos.
Hello， 大家好，我是阿青。我觉得我们中国的队伍一定是最好的，因为我们中国不仅人口多，并且我们的参赛的选手也热爱我们的游戏。大家对游戏的热情也是，我觉得是比其他国家更高的，所以说我认为我们中国玩家肯定是最好的。
Hello， 大家好，我是来自中国的于成豪。 我觉得这支中国队伍肯定可以拔得头筹，因为咱们中国有很多充满电竞梦想的人，他们勇于拼搏，敢于去做自己喜欢做的事情，而且在我们目前的电竞环境中，已经得到了充分的锻炼和磨练，所以我坚信我们中国队一定可以获得胜利。
放马过来吧，我不会怕你们的。咱们在赛场上面一决高低，我是不会怕你们的。
对我来说，参加比赛的选手首先一定要有自己的领导能力，就是一定要听从自己一个队伍的领导者的话，这是必要做的。因为咱们这个东西注重又是团队的配合，就一定要听从指挥，还就是不能有自己的个人的一种独断行为。
我们中国也有不少热爱游戏的人参加了这次比赛。都知道我们中国队是很强的。想要知道他们在比赛中怎么赢得胜利吗？那就请关注一下我们的比赛吧。
我相信我们的中国队伍一定可以取得胜利的，希望大家也可以涌入的加入到这个比赛中。
Tarzan for Miramar
Let's
this
go.
time around. Game number 2. I'm glad we get to see Miramar. I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you, Tarzan. But in Vietnam, we did not get to see this map.
Wow, but look at these wings. I mean, like, Xian won the first one, so now she is on to this. She's number 1 on this one, and number 2 with the beautiful wings. That is the first time appearing Lin Shiyi. And Lin Shiyi is, yeah, I mean, got my heart already. Like, blue, shiny wings floating their way down, and I'm going to test you. No, I'm not going to test you with this. I'm not even sure myself. Where the heck is that? It's close to Cruz del Val. It's to the south of Cruz del Val, and I'm 100% sure I'll give away all my money if I'm wrong. No,
See, it's harder for me
can't.
to tell, though, Tarzan, because you could even just cheat a little bit when it comes to looking at the names of the
But
places.
it's the-
I don't even have that anymore. It's just my knowledge of the map. That's all I've got. It's just me and the map 1v1. Mano a mano.
I'm talking. So this is like Xian and the side of Ling Shi, of course, and yes, maybe Xian is on top. I feel like Yu Chunghao might have gotten a little bit more kills, but for sure, winning the game is Xian, and that's the thing, right? Like 400 points straight to the pocket, to say the least. So 1 or 2 kills wouldn't hurt when it comes to that difference. So yeah, like we are all learning as we see how they make the way from Cruz del Val. And, this is my drop. I love it with passion, and they better make this work.
Man, Lin Chi Yi Tarzan, as we do have a big series of pairs of shoes to fill, I think, here when it comes to obviously the rest of the 2 players stepping onto the second game, because you are looking at a mega amount of points that you need to be able to match just to even keep up with the top players. Because yes, even though both of them, one of them did get taken out by the other, you are still looking at the rest of Xiangling looking at 10 kills, was it, Tarzan? With what could have been a 5th, 6th position inside of that game. So still going to be about 500-ish points that needs to be hit by these other 2 players.
I think we're just going to leave that to the production team, because it's going to be a little bit of it's not going to be quick maths, it's not going to be easy math, but we can see it's the AK for the side of CN getting that kill as well. Beautiful one right here, and yeah, like it's actually read like Douyin. Qing is the in-game name of Xian right now, and the interesting thing is Douyin is actually a very popular streaming platform. It's almost like no wait, Douyin is TikTok. What am I talking about? Okay, that's just the Chinese name on TikTok. And this is the thing: it's like when you are in the global version, people's name being YouTube something. So they want to lead you to their socials, right? So we see Huya something because Huya is a huge streaming platform, right? And we watch some PEL on there and or what.
Is it Huya?
Right now,
I thought it was Hoya.
Huya.
But then I might be wrong. To be fair,
In
I'm not.
In Chinese, Huya. Hu is
Huya.
like one word of tiger, and ya literally means teeth. So the tiger's teeth. So we talk about names the other day, right? And I like talking about names because I think Ling Xi is right now. Of course, there's like 4 letters. The first one means xiao, so it's like little. So it's like Xiaoling is like a little someone, right? So, but the name is Ling Xi. The last 3 characters of these 4 character name, and most Chinese names, to be fair, like if you guys don't know, has 3 characters. The first character is, so each character is 1 syllable in this language. So Lin, as the first character, is actually the surname. We put the surname first, then the name after. So your first name is actually Shi in here, and Lin is a very, very common Chinese last name, I should say, or surname, as like Jeremy Lin, right? So Lin, right here. Have you heard of Jeremy Lin? Please tell me you have.
I have not. Please tell me more.
God. Is this okay? People have to know. Like,
I'm uncultured.
It's like this basketball player who rocked the NBA. He was a Taiwanese player. Anyway, he was with the New York Knicks.
I feel heartbroken right now.
That's fine.
I love
you,
basketball.
you understand.
I love basketball.
Yeah. No, not enough apparently. Haha.
No, not enough. Clearly, I'm still noob.
But Shi Yi, the name, so Ling Xi Yi, Xi, as one word is hard to say what it means, but it's usually combined with Xi Yang, which means sunset. Xi Yang. And then Yi, the last word, usually combined with another word Hui. So Hui Yi is the term, which means memory. So it's almost like the memory of sunset. It's kind of the meaning behind those names. And I kid you not, sometimes names like that, when you combine them, so of course you only put like 3 characters, right? So one is your surname, so you play with 2 characters, and sometimes because we have characters combined with other characters to form terms, so you can explain a different way. But on this side, maybe the same circle, it could be true. I don't know how they do it, but this could be the same circle. And this hand, we have number 1 being Yu Shenghao, right? And number 2, this is Tao. Well, please welcome Tao Bai. Tao Bai, but we're just calling Tao Bai because intonations are annoying. So here's just Tao Bai. Okay, so Tao Bai is in town with Yu Shenghao for the first game. And it's great. Like, seems like we have 1, 2, 3. Well, we found all our 4 players. We were before this game, before the first game, I should say. We thought about maybe we'd fail, like contacting like all players, but no, they're all in here. So we're up for a treat, guys. All 4 players now. These other 2 are playing the first one, and we are on to Miramar.
Also gonna mention Tarzan. I still remember a little bit of Mandarin. Okay, I remember Xiaolang is little wolf. Is that right? Am I right here?
Yes. Xiaolang. Yes.
Xiaolang? Yeah.
Yes. Brilliant. Yeah,
I know,
that's
right?
why
I remember. I'm so proud of that. That's like a proud wolf moment right now. Has a smile on my face.
I'm proud of you. Also proud of Yu Shenghao, like finding himself a kill.
That's true.
Like last time, got some parachute issues, and this time around, I come back to Al Azhar and try to have a better start.
To be fair as well, when you look towards that zone, I'm also interested, of course, side note, if we are inside the same game, that would be utterly ridiculous when it comes to obviously the race for kills, race for points between another 2 of these, or the rest of these other 2 competitors inside the Chinese finals. Doesn't look to be the case, so of course it is a different number of players remaining in each game, so I think it could be separate this time around, Tarzan. It might be safe from the chaos that would ensue in the late game between 2 of those different teams. Moving though into what could be now looking at these power positions, where do you go, right? Because if you are going to be hunting for these kills, Miramar a lot different in Erangel, and you are going to be more in the open, you are going to be more vulnerable. And when you now look at how vulnerable do you want to make yourself feel in terms of macro versus trying to pick up these points, that's a lot more punishable as a result from these players and the way in which their playstyle is. And I think that you do have to have this sense of almost more carefulness playing inside of Miramar this time around. I think that we're not going to see the ultra high kills that we saw from the first match, potentially just in the way, of course, that these players have to play on a different map.
Yeah, I think it's also true to assume that they may not have these early deaths compared to what we've seen for some of these other regions, because I just feel like they know the basics enough to be here. Is the actual case, right? Like, so they probably wouldn't go down by some stupid mistakes. They know there's a lot of money on the line. So we've been seeing a little bit more of that sweeping style, right? Maybe not for the game earlier where we start in apartments. That is a great display of confidence. And right now we need to see how these players get into the zone, because it's pretty more on the southern side, and I don't even think Minas Generalis is quite in. It should be on that edge, right? So maybe northern edge would be Minas Generalis. We've got some big rocks in north of Minas, and personally, my next spot to go to, like when I used to drop in Cristoval, but it's about how to get there. That's a tricky one. It's very easy to kind of trap you down, but of course, this not being a competitive segment or a competitive game, it's going to be a little bit easier. They can take their time, and seems like they are really taking their time. And to be fair, I feel like strategic tank can come in very, very handy. Like you said, Miramar can be hard because there's no grass for you to prone. You have to assess landscape so much better than usual, knowing the limits of the ridge as well. So yeah, I think they might be in the same game. Like you said, stop it, right? Like I want to say that too, but I feel like they are up to, a similar segment of the map.
That's true. That is true that they are similar. Maybe there is a slight difference in their feeds coming through, because we are down to 45 versus 49 on the switch to the second screen. So you are looking, of course, really can they now be potentially in that same game? And if they are, either way, even if they aren't, how do you enter into these circles? Because I think it's much more beneficial. Potentially, as they do look for more kills, they do strike around a Jeep, but they have crashed it. They will fight down 2 more kills potentially as they look for those knocks. None just coming out yet, as the Jeep has been used as a blockade. We'll have to go in further forward, and that now could be the case where they can be shot down themselves. You can see them being lit up down to about 75%, down to 60% HP, but they will get behind the houses for now, and they get closer in onto the fight. They can use the buildings to close that distance, which is crucial.
That was a tricky rotation, to say the least. I mean, they open fire in the open. They have to move. As you see, though, like a smile on the face of Yu Chonghao. So I love seeing that. It's almost like he's having fun, and he should be having fun. That is the basic of playing any games, to be fair. So they made, I would say, almost a mistake. But the quick rotation before the resets come through from the enemy was vital. I mean, if they were better, then yeah, like it's going to be scary. But Tao Bai is still holding their grounds and trying to loop around this junction compound to the west of El Arza. You know what? Could it be the other team? Oh! No, it's not. I can see the names, but it's going to be a little bit of a good, quick trade coming through, to say the least. But 1v1 right now between the side of Yu Chonghao and the other solo. Ooh,
it's still going to be that close, because where you have now the revive needs to come through particularly, and unfortunately you are looking at a situation where Yu Chonghao has to try carry this situation now. He has to try be that moment, but he can't do it. That sent down. No. I thought they might be able to. I thought we might have a little bit more time in our hands, but Tarzan, 40th position, 0 kills. I think that's about minimum, if 0 points in that game for them.
You know what? 5 points. 5 points.
That's huge. That's huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference. And you know what? It's going to... That's the thing, right? You're in this compound where you're basically focused on just one fight, and that fight, the position of it is with people from the surrounding high ground to look down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's not that same team. And you know what? This is the compound they fought in. No, like this might be it. Close enough, to say the least. And that's the problem. When you fight around there, the third party, fourth party is very, very likely. And it's also the fact that it's hard to find a good spot to revive around there. There's so many windows or whatnot. Sometimes you don't want to save those smokes, right? Like you want to smoke up almost everything around that type of cover to make sure that you have options, right? Like look at those windows, open on every side. There's no save revive around there. And yeah, that was the downfall. Aside of, I mean, Yu Chenghao does have a chance. I know he looks a little bit disappointed, but the side of Tao Bai has finished his first game with barely any points. So Lin Shiyi needs to have better luck as they rotate close to the side of Junkyard.
When you also look towards this game, I think, yes, it's going to be hard for them to recover. I think there is a disappointment. You can see, of course, in Yu Chenghao's face, that there is that disappointment in not being able to make the same performance for someone else that they just did in the previous match. And I think that is also something that, when you look towards mentality, that's going to definitely affect these influences coming through the game, because they do have a lot of pressure. Yes, they are going to not have to realistically win. They're not going to be earning this money in terms of the Bitcoin from these games, but we still have that pressure on them regardless to do well for each of those players, to give each of them that equal opportunity. And when you storm through your first match, you barely get any points at all in your second for your other player. It does feel like a letback. It does feel like a letdown.
Yeah, but you do have to ask yourself though, like, what are mentalities like as an influencer? Obviously, they are so used to facing the crowd, like entertaining the viewers or whatnot. But yes, like this is not exactly that, right? It's almost like, okay, I'm supposed to be this famous person and I need to prove a point. So yeah, you could be right, that could be scary. But Ling Shiyi right here, certain things just show you that they are experienced in the game. First off, knowing where to exactly get up these huge boulders to the north of Venus is itself a skill. I've seen so many players get around here and just don't know how to get up. There's certain skills in the game that people don't know how to get up high ground as well. Not just finding the right part of the ground, but certain parts you will slow down when you go up slope, right? You can actually bring your camera angle down to your bottom left. So you're looking at essentially your left small toe. But keep your character moving up. That makes you quicker when you go up. I kid you not, sometimes, players find these interesting things in game, and you can see it. Ling Shi is using it to quickly get up some steep hills around this boulder. And I mean, I do appreciate that. I think it's a good indication. And what is that skin? It looks so sick. That Mini 14, I love it.
Oh, Tarzan. We are going to be fanboying, I think, quite frankly, through the entirety today. Me with the plays, you with skins, and also the intricate, I think, things that not many players do think about. Honestly, I just learned something new when it came to that specific way to look when it comes to going up a hill. So I'm going to use that inside of my games, Tarzan. Thank you for the tip.
Brilliant. You're welcome. I'm gonna say
how do you say fanboying
is a strong
in Chinese?
Term. Yeah, 谢谢. There's different ways.
Wait, say it again.
谢谢. XIE.
谢谢.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
感谢
exactly
is like with an extra touch of gratefulness. 感谢. But 谢谢 means thank you.
Like
but like the thing is, sometimes you say that, but you need to direct it to the person. So 谢谢你 means you, right? So thank you and gratitude to you. So but just say 谢谢. Like people would be happy enough, like and they would know that you've done some homework. So yeah, I know you might be going to mainland China for whatever, and so yeah, it's going to be useful. When anyone's been nice to you, which they will, say 谢谢, and they will be very, very happy.
Very exciting indeed. As Tarzan can see the plane go down, means another airdrop, of course, was put down onto the battlefield. As the zone continues to shift further forward, I think that when you are trying to slow down, you have your position on the high ground, and this is a brilliant opportunity also from the rest of this game to look in, try to discover as much information as possible. Because I think that holding back on this moment, being able to just take in your surroundings, being able to look at exactly what is happening rather than driving further into the center of the zone, is a smarter option to do. Because when you are looking around this Minas Generalis side, it is quite tricky to navigate. There is a lot of elevation changes around this particular section of the map. So I think that it is harder inevitably to be on land, right? When you are looking around for these players. So using that time now is going to allow them to make that informed decision. Where are the players going to be? Where do we rotate? And making that direct rotation in, then to continue finding those kills. Because especially it's important when you're coming into this, yes, we said it was going to be more laid back. Yes, we weren't going to have as many kills, but to still potentially pick up big kill games here at Miramar, because it's exactly that. If you can manage to get these kills on board, if you can manage to be able to find those big games, it's a lot different to what I think everyone else is going to experience. And that is a slight factor that you really want to be able to push yourselves ahead of the rest.
Absolutely. And we talk about landscape, but we haven't talked about one thing that we're seeing right now. Is it raining on Miramar?
I was just going to say that before. I know, right? It's raining in the desert. Miracles happen too, Tarzan, in the battlefield itself.
New oasis in the making, and like it. But you know what? I don't know
Exactly.
whether it's the difference between the maps. Therefore, a little bit more caution or wanting to get more out of these very good high ground, or is it just a difference between maybe the side of Ling Xi? Obviously, he's like very, very good player, but not as aggressive as the side of the rich and handsome one, I would say. And I mean, like, Arching seems to be fine. Xian seems to be fine with following whatever the other player wants to do. And right now, this is just the more conventional way of playing. I'd say the spray's definitely there. The skill is for sure supreme right now. It's about Nick shift. I mean, like, getting back down to this hill is usually a northern approach. So I'm thinking about, the things they have to consider. They've been playing loud. They know that this is, that part of the map where it can be very strong. And the players would think, yeah, they've been playing that spot. They have to get back down probably from the north side. I'm going to hunt them down, like make sure that they can't rotate with no punishment. And right now, with the circle coming through as well, 500 meters or so to travel for these both.
It's a big jump when it comes to that zone. You can see, of course, the vehicle plays also in a way that they can still keep it. They don't have to worry about it being taken down by those rotating around because you have hidden it well. And now that you move further forward into that zone, it is going to be a case of you have to rely on that scouting information you've done, because this is exactly why you do just what they have, because of these potential big shifts. Then moving into the zone, you do have a little bit of risk coming across the road and into the high ground. I think is going to be the hardest point upcoming for them, because you are going to be then vulnerable in your approach up to the summit of that next hill, across the road in particular, because it is clearly so open. But this is why also stepping just for now, using again efficiently those extra 50 seconds, because you can catch players like this out who are also trying to make this run. You're making that information happen against once more, but that was a close call, because had they actually gone down, that would have been a double knock. That would have been the end of the game for them. Again, though, they do revive back. They have held up now. The smoke comes through. Should be the case that they get back on their feet, but again, the problem still lies, Tarzan, and only 20 seconds remaining.
That was good. Like, I think the first thing that they've done is to make sure that they stop and scout for the next spot. I mean, they've spent the most of those time before on those big boulders watching south, so they need to come in and make sure on this western shift they do look for that as well. But as you can see, they can find these players as we have Ling Xi finding that knock, but, the cover between those big gas tanks will keep the other players safe. But it was, think about these small things. The side of CN just stopped for a little bit to spray someone down, pause for a little bit, got Car 98 shot in the head. And right now they need to continue as the blue zone closes. It's not going to be easy. We've seen multiple pressure coming from both the west, north and south.
You can see a big jump across, going straight past the edge of the compound. But this is type of problem where you start to slow down. Had to been a player, that could have been disastrous for them. Thankfully, we do get out of harm's way, but we'll be able to reset for now. But still inside the car together. We're taking right on the tip top, just outside the compound, further inside the zone. Preparing again for their next shift. You can see them also positioning that car further forward in the event. But yes, they do have to make that emergency dash through further.
Yep. And they seem to know these strong spots, right, to say the least. It's not going to be easy for those who are unexperienced, and it's going to be them looking at these players entering, using the high ground, and we have the other shift. They tried. I feel like there's still chance. So incredibly open. It's about focusing fire, and they do cause enough harm. The car flips, and it's going to be just spraying down a lone person in the open, and that is why you rotate differently.
Right, indeed. This is a problem where you rotate along the high ground. I actually like as well that, yes, it's a high ground, but also, yes, on top of gaining the vision, you're using those ridges, you're using those hilltops to not get scouted out by those other people inside of this game. And this is a problem with all of those down on the low ground, and it's why we said we don't go further in onto this low ground around Minister on our side, because it is so inevitably hard to rotate out of. You see that every player rotating out of that compound has been either picked up by Lin Shiyi or picked up by other players. There's been no one who has really escaped from that compound, and had they gone further forward, it would have been the same fate happening to them too.
Man, Ling Shi is so good. It's like bat level senses, sonic hearing, and it's like he sees people coming. It's that risk sometimes, right? In these type of landscape, it's a 360 that you need to keep out for. People know you're there, they can sneak up on you, but no, like shooting this side, try to spray them down, cause some harm. They're not another guy on the left side, then turn behind and spray another person down. This is what we want to see. But this rotation is something that I might be a little bit uncertain about. You know, need to go into the blue a little bit, get some angles. Only 20 seconds to go. But would this be worth it? We need to find out. At least they're moving as a team.
Should be able to, right? Is again, you covering each other's entrance. Now you move further forward. You try to guarantee the kills that you were trying to pick up. Number 6 is in the bag, in the books for Lin Ji, and you are again trying to make as many kills happen now in these final moments, because every single series of points count. But also equally, you have to be so careful, because you are approaching a game, right, as we said, that point where every single person you survive past, it gets you another 20 points. So every 2 players you survive past is a kill and an extra 10 points on top. That's how huge it is. But I see that timer going down, Tarzan. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. That's not a nice looking timer. If that gets to 0, I'm not sure what's going to really happen. But I don't want to find out.
And you know what? I like the Chinese version, because you actually need to use boosters when you tank the side of blue zone. So it's a little bit more strategic, I feel like. And you can see it's not the health going down. It's a little bit of that bar underneath that can be topped up by painkillers and, of course, the other boosters. And they actually found enough time to come in, but that is the price of at least 2 boosters. Can be scary. You can see the small maneuver. They're keeping the cross eye out. The last side of Ling Shiyi will heal, but at the same time ping a car that he's found. So more grounds to move, as you can see. Like, people are finding them some pressure from Graveyard. Oh! And a brilliant quick shot coming through as well. Could that be a 2-piece? Not quite yet.
But we're in the open. I don't think they're going to get away with it. But will they go over aggressive? Will we get shot down by the third party? They try for the spray. Not quite enough. Tarzan is still in Shi. Scouts out from the opposite end of the zone even more. That was the third party we're worried about, but we don't go too far. We respect the position once more. And again, try to punish inside the open. Jump from the opposite enemy player will get him down to dip in time. And no kills confirmed just yet, apart from that one on the ledge of the zone. That should be confirmed up by the blue.
Just very, very good skills coming through. It's not just a spray. It's the sense that he could be open from behind, preemptively smokes his weak side, and then continue with the fight. And that is just brilliant. Just quick taps here and there. Such a beast on the Mini 14.
Right, and indeed, when you look towards that weak side, there were players there. That's the problem, but they are going low. Where's the support from a teammate? Because, again, you are trying to cover both sides. I think now you are looking from in front. You're looking at the direction, of course, where Lin Shi is, but also previously towards their left side. Also, those other players also rotating in. They weren't able to confirm up. Had they confirmed it up, and they had put it down to about our final duo versus duo here, it could have been a situation where, yes, actually, they would have survived. And I like that, again, you are trying to be efficient. You're trying to use the smokes. A vote of the smokes will protect you enough. The zone is taking you down, and that's an extra shot in because the smokes also make it predictable of where you will be. It's not quite enough, Tarzan, and we will fall. It's all down now to Xian. But can they find the rest of success? They are down to 7 players. 8th will be where we land for at least the player themselves. And their points are being confirmed. Now it is down, though, to prize. Can they find this success? Can they find a win? Because they don't go for the full flush in. They don't find any confirmed kills just yet. Back against the rock. Back against the zone for the other.
I think that's the problem. As you can see, it's not the first time we've got very, very strong players did not plan forward enough under the pressure of the blue. Like, we need to go back sometimes so far and thinking, hey, like, we need a different spot first. We need to set a timer for this fight. And for the side of Lin Shi went too aggressive around there. He needed just an extra 10 to 5 seconds, to be fair, for certain smokes to really pop first, or even move in a little bit, throw further smokes to establish an entry point. Did not happen, and now Xian needs to fight this as a solo.
It's going to be tough. They are up against a duo on the right side. They are also up against even more on the left. You can see the smokes are being popped down. You can see them on the opposite side. You can see the spray coming in against the rock. They try go. They prone down. It's a last-ditch attempt. It's enough to survive for now. It's enough to get them inside of the next phase. They are better off than most of the other players inside, but from behind you can see the spray could also be coming down from there. Multiple different directions, and this is where it gets so tricky. I don't think Xian noticed what we just saw, though. Behind him is another player.
But here's the thing, like, the pre-smoke does come through from this level as well, and that provides the cover. Maybe 8 of... That's it. That is going to be a good one, and I love this feature as well coming through from this version. It literally says the Elimination King, so you can actually top the number of kills in the lobby, and you would get a badge for it. And right now, it will be the side of Xian, making it all the way to a 1v1.
Making it to 1v1, they have their eyes locked on the target, Tarzan. The chicken dinner could be second in a row. The Xian and a 2-for-2 piece. The spray is there, it's in the open. The rock will protect him, but it's risky to dip down. Nades should be used. Can he find it over the rest of the rock? It'll be barely enough in time, and Nade goes short on the opposite end. Short on both sides, so as now we go back to a stalemate. A second nade popped out in the open, trying to hold it. I don't think they realized finally they did. They have moved out. It's a little bit of a shoot coming through on the opposite end. They're trying from each different way, Tarzan, to take down Xian. But the zone, that's the crucial part. 10 seconds remaining, and then we're forced into our stalemate once more.
It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky because I want to see this 1v1 to go over to Xian Suan. Not just about, her getting an advantage over Yu Chenghe. It's redemption for sometimes the whole gender. People think gamer girls or whatnot. No, she's good and she can do it. She has done it. Woohoo!
Man. Tarzan, I am so glad that we got 2 for 2 right now. I was worried coming into today that we wouldn't see chicken dinners, but your girl Xian, she's putting it down. She's laying down the foundations of success right now for the Chinese region.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good work, and just can't wait to see the last 2. And that's just a serious one, though. I mean, it's going to be a very, very spicy one, and I'm hearing something. What our producer's saying, we are speed running this. We are on the hype train. So I'm going to get that cue again. Say your words right now, my dear fella. This is how it works, guys. What did you say? Say it one more time. Don't be shy. I heard something for sure. Right. But, like, jokes aside, like, I think we are just having a great time right now. And the math is for sure on the side of Xian, but just halfway through for the influencers, also halfway through for the players. So just another one to kill. And right now seems like it's Tao Bai who hasn't have a good one amongst the 4 players.
True, he's got to be able to match himself further up. He's got to continue to push through because there's only one more game remaining for him. We're going to have to see how he fares after the break.
Cryptocurrencies, it's like a virtual money. You can store it, you can spend it, transfer it, you can store it for short term or long term, like an investment. But overall speaking, it's like a virtual money. You can use it to buy things either online or offline. The only difference is that cryptocurrencies are quite new compared to fiat money. Virtual cryptocurrency wallets allow users to store crypto, to store different kind of coins or tokens in like a virtual wallet. It's the same as your traditional wallet. You can have euro, dollars, Korean wons, whatever. In a crypto wallet, you have the same, but you store cryptocurrencies online or offline in your virtual wallet.
欢迎大家观看我们 SkillzVault 的决赛。
It is possible to change crypto into fiat money, into traditional money. It is possible through an exchange, a crypto exchange, which accepts both crypto assets and fiat money. Like, for example, you can change from Bitcoin Vault to Korean won or Japanese yen. It's possible. You just need to have an account on a crypto exchange. Mining of cryptocurrencies, it's a big topic. There are crypto that you can mine, or there are cryptos that you can stake to earn more crypto. So, for example, Bitcoin or Bitcoin Vault are cryptocurrencies that allows mining. So you can connect your device, like your computer, and your computational power can be used to mine cryptocurrencies. Right now,